Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Myself Dr. Ali Mirza. So today we are going to discuss about one more manuscript from the Journal of Elsewhere. As I had given an open voting for all the viewers to vote for the next article from which journal we are going to refer. So I got a good voting response. It's starting, so it's okay. Good response is there. In that, 93% of the people have said that we should go for an elsewhere publisher. So because we have just seen about Springer publication and IEEE transactions, so it's a good voting result what we got, that we should go for an publisher elsewhere where we need to see a good journal. So with that decision, I am going forward for a manuscript from the reputed journal from the elsewhere publishers. So which was a recent issue. Let us see this here. So you can say that we are going from a journal, Data and Knowledge Engineering Elsewhere publisher. From this journal, we are going to take one of the manuscript which is already downloaded for you. Just I am showing you the journal web page, main page. So this is the main page of the journal, Data and Knowledge Engineering, and it has a good citation score of 4.7 and impact factor of the journal is 1.476. So in this we are taking the current issue. What is the current issue of this one? From that one we are taking one of the paper. So you can see we are going for the open access articles only. So in the open access articles, so here is the current issue of this one of the current issue. So the name of the manuscript is Discovering Business Process Simulation based on in the presence of multitasking and availability constraints. This is the name of the manuscript, and so this was just out in volume 134 July 2021. So this is the current issue of this journal, Data and Knowledge Engineering, elsewhere publishers. So the title is Discovering Business Process Simulation Models in the Presence of Multitasking and Availability Constraints. So we have downloaded this paper. It is a free access paper, so you can access it here. And we got the downloaded version for you. So you can see this downloaded version here. So this is what Discovering Business Simulation Models in the Presence of Multitasking and Availability Constraints. This is the article name. So, what was the basic concept about this publication? So, the point what they want to give stress is about when we are trying to develop the business process model by simulating in the different tools, we are not going to consider some points such as multitasking and availability constraints. So these 2 points what they have laid stress about multitasking. Like if there is an organization, in that organization there is a process model and some customers are coming for the business. In that, what you assume is that one customer at a time is handled by the particular resource. It may be a particular employee. So that is not the point in reality. In reality, we are going to have more than one customers coming to a particular person. A particular person is going to handle more than one customers at a time. Like if you take an example, on Monday morning 10 o'clock, some a customer is there and we need to give some service to him. For example, the service takes a 1 hour service, then the resource, that means the particular person, is not dedicated to him for that complete 1 hour. He initiates the work and then he goes to another person, he attends another person. So that was the reality what we should understand. So let us go through about the abstract of this one. So here they had given clearly that, so there is a limitation. What is the limitation? A well-known limitation of the process simulation is that accuracy of the simulation results is limited by the faithfulness of the process model and simulation parameters. What simulation parameters you are going to give for the process model, depending upon that only we can have the simulation output. But in reality, what happens is that in the process execution logs, when we see the resulting simulation models, you can see two main problems. First problem is that each resource performs one task at a time. That was the assumption given here in normal process logs, but that was not the reality. And second one is that resources are continuously available 24 by 7. So that is also not the fact. So the people who are working in the organizations, they are going to be available only on the working times. On Sundays, no resource is available in the company for doing any process in the company. Like there is a company who is going to create some new account, something new user account. So somebody want to have their user accounts on Sunday, that is an offline process, then the employees may not be available. So that is something which is called as continuous availability by 24 by 7 is not available. So that are the two limitations what they had considered for going forward. And these are the main aims of the article what they are outlining. They assume that each resource performs one task at a time. In other words, they exclude the possibility of multitasking. Now, in this model, they have included the multitasking process. That was the first point. Second point, as they assume that resources are continuously available 24 by 7. In other words, they do not take into account resource availability constraints. In this, they had given clear resource availability constraints for their model as input, where specific work schedules are given, natural cycles, etc., are excluded from that business model, and they had produced a thing. So that was the real story about this particular article, what we can tell here. So one important point to note is this article is an extension of previous conference paper, which was there as 11 reference for the same authors. They have just extended this paper to a good extent and they had passed on to this journal for their publication. So that is also one more important point what we can see, that you don't need to worry after publishing a conference paper. You can better go for extension of the paper for publication in a good reputed journal. So this is one of the reputed journal, Elsewhere Publications. Still it was accepted in this, means it's a good technique to follow. Whenever you got some small paper, try to extend it here to make it published in a good journal. So these are the second section gives about the motivation, third section is about some basic concepts, fourth section is the main where we are having the multitasking behavior, and fifth section is about the availability constraints, sixth about the evaluation criterias, seventh about the threats to validate identified. So obviously in good journals, exclusively in software models, here we are going to have threats to validate. What is this section tells about? This section tells that there are still some threats which should be clearly validated. So the experimental setup what they have conducted is under some constrained environment. So beyond that environment, if you are going to have the simulation, you may get different results. They are not giving any guaranteed like parameters what they have constrained. If you follow the same constraints, then you can get this conclusion. Otherwise, you may have a different conclusion for this setup, what they are giving in this thread to validate. Then coming for motivation. In the motivation, there are two main things. One is multitasking behavior is what? That means where multiple tasks can be handled. Here you can see this picture which can show you the concept of multitasking. So if we can zoom it little bit, yes, you can see here. So here these all are jobs, R1 resources, task 1, task 2, task 3, and on the right side here you are having T1, T2, T3. This is the time. Okay, how much time each job is taking. So now here you can see a T1 job starts at this particular point and it goes up to 130 minutes. Meanwhile, T2 task also starts here and it starts at this particular point and at 10 and it goes up to 75. So at this juncture, you can see the multitasking is going on at this particular position. So from 10 to 75, there is multitasking. And again, a task 3 T3 starts at 95 and it goes up to 150. And here also from 95 to 130, there is multitasking. So that all should be involved in the simulation process. That is the point what others are giving here. If you miss these points, then the model of simulation for the process, business process, may not be the good model what you are going to get here, right? So that's about the multitasking, what they are giving stress on, right? And the second point, what they are stressing, laying stress is regarding yeah, regarding this availability constraint. So the resources may not be available for all the time. For 24 by 7, the resources may not be available. You can see, expect Sundays between midnight 3 a.m. due to weekly server maintenance. So if there is an online, for example, we may not think it as an offline. If there is an online business model, then in that also we may need some server maintenance at particular time. A particular server is available 24 by 7, but in reality it is not available for 24 by 7. It is expected on Sundays between midnight and 3 a.m. that 3 hours of time the server goes for the maintenance, weekly maintenance, and of course server is not available 24 by 7. If you take an employee may work from Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Beyond that, the employee is not available, right? So again, if there is one more organization in which we can have something like Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 12 a.m., 12 noon, and then 13 to 17 afternoon. On Fridays, it is 8 to 12 and 13 to 16:30 only. So remaining times the employees are not available. So this is the second point what they want to lay stress on. The there is definitely resource availability constraint you need to see when you are going for a business process simulation model, right? Then they had given a good content of related work. Then how to handle this multitasking, it was presented in section 4, and in section 5 they have presented about constraints for the availability. Okay, under handling multitasking, you can see. So let us zoom it here. Yeah. So in this, you can see here. Here is the task one starts, and up to 0 to 10, the task is going in the only one task is available. From here to here, there is multitasking. Of course, from point B to point this much 75, there is multitasking. Again, from 75 to 95, there is no multitasking, and from 95 to 100, we can tell there is multitasking. So these all things has to be considered when we are going to use this business process simulation model. So now here they had given some basic definitions such as event log means what is a work item, what is segment per resource, and depending upon these basic items, they had just prepared an algorithm which considered all these points under consideration for the simulation. Then the second one is handling resource availability constraints. They had again given some basic definitions of time granularity, and they had given the calendar expression, how they are dividing the calendar in particular hours and days, then some more basic definitions to help for, right? And then again they had prepared the basic data structure for calendar for noting down that particular time. So like there is a role 1, and for role 1 on Monday to Sunday it's working. For example, on Saturday, then from Monday first zero task, task, second task, in the zeroth hour a particular resource is available at 0th hour to 0:15 hours, 0:30 hours, 45 minutes, what task he has completed. In the same way, like that, we can divide the whole role of different resources into different time constraints, and that is applied in this algorithm for getting the simulation results. And then for evaluation, they had taken some tool here, SIMOD tool. So again, here they had given a reference through which you can get the details regarding the tool, and the data sets what they have used here are DR1 and DR2, two data requirement data sets they have prepared from the existing logs. And you can see that these details are given about the data sets here, like ACR purchasing example, MP, BP1, BP1 challenge 2017. These are the data sets which they have taken and prepared a two task of data requirement DR1 and DR2. So for all these data sets here, they had given a good references, that is hyperlinks, which you should not worry, and you should just go through them here for getting more extra details. Like here you can see uh, link number 4 here, http data 4tu.nl. What is this for? So this is here 4, you are going to have 4 for a particular data. Yes, this is, yeah, event logs. So real time, to this end we scanned 4TU data and from collection of real life event logs. So real life event log details are given here. So you should go through that hyperlink. Just click it here, see what comes from that hyperlink. Click allow. Of course, all the hyperlinks will be definitely valid hyperlinks will be there, because as that article is published here, the reviewers are definitely going to do the review work. In that they are going to check all these points, that when the users are coming for going through that hyperlinks, they should get the valid data from that. So here there is lot of data regarding that research data, so you can download that and get the simulations on that one and try to do something. In the same way, Phi is also a hyperlink here where you are having Disco tool. So here that you can click it here. So see, these are the valuable resources where you are going to get the details about the tools of simulation and the data sets which they are using in the experimental simulation. So that's the great things what you can get from these research articles. Through that only you will have the breakthrough of your research. See here, 6 is again the description of a data set here. See, 6 is here. Yeah, loan application process, financial, Dutch financial institutes loan application process details, real event logs, which is a valuable data set which you can use for your simulation. If you are working on the same business process model, then it's a real great useful hyperlink for you. Just click this here and let us see what goes on. Here you may get the data set details regarding this. Yeah, you can see it's a BPL challenge data is there in the XML format, and you can just download it here. Lot of description about the data set is also available there. And in the same way, 7 is also one hyperlink for some data set here, which we have seen here. So again, this is BPN challenge here. So you can see this 7 BPIC 2012 log details 7. 6 and 7 are the same log details but with different updated versions here. So these all are the valuable things which you need to get. 8, number 8 is also 2017 challenge. That's these are some like workshops and conferences will be there, where we are going to have like these practices in which we are going to give the researchers different challenges to download that particular publicly available data set and try to simulate the experiments on that one and have the publications for that. So those are the benchmark data sets. So after giving that particular challenge for the research community, a good number of publications will be done on that particular benchmark data set. So again, a newcomer who is coming into this research field and want to improve or to show some comparability with the previous research work, definitely should use those data sets to show that his proposed algorithm is better than the existing one. Okay, so those all things you should have under consideration when you are reading a research paper. And then coming for evaluation of multitasking approaches, they are taking different evaluation results here. So the results has been evaluated on these terms: MAE, lean mean error; LMAE, EMD, earth movers distance; okay, TSD, time string distance; and DL, mean absolute error. These all are the metrics, evaluation metrics. You can just ask here from where you are knowing that which evaluation metrics should be used for which experimental setup. Again, that goes through the previous existing research papers. You should be able to going through the all the previous research papers, where you are going to have the complete details that which type of experimental evaluation criteria are very much useful for which type of simulation. And when you are writing the research paper, there also you can quote telling that from so and so papers we have taken the evaluation criteria as benchmark evaluation criteria, and we have implemented in our proposals. So that's the good strategies which we should be following. Okay, then coming for the evaluation of multitasking approach, the results has been shown here. Again, hyperlinks are there which are giving you a great details regarding the multitasking logs by using adaptive BP process SIMOD, which was we have seen in the starting that this was the tool which they are using for their simulation purpose. So that's a very good reference hyperlink which you can see. So the event logs and scripts are available online. They had given it clear description, so you should go to that hyperlinks here. Just click the hyperlinks and see what are the different websites we are getting from these hyperlinks here, where you will have, yeah, CMOD input multitasking logs. What are the different logs they are using in their experimental setup? It was stored in the GitHub here. Okay, right? And in the same way, what is this number 11? 11, number 11 hyperlink, which is again helpful here. Yeah, finally we used the Epromer processing mining tool. So that tool what they are using, that they had given you openly. So just you need to click this one and you can get the simulation tool, and you can get the data sets here. All are available. What more is lacking is your interest on that particular topic. So if you want to do some valid work on this one, then it's very simple. Just the data sets are purely available, and at the same time the simulation tool what is required, so that is also available. So just going through the hyperlinks and downloading the data and starting your experimental bed is only thing remaining. So these are the usefulness from these research papers which you are going through. If you are new to the research area, then don't need to worry here and there. Just open the quality publications like this, and you will get all the contents regarding this here. When you get the tool, when you get the data sets, and if you are able to do little bit of simulation, Then you can think about the novelty. What is the novelty you need to incorporate in your research? What are the shortcomings here? How should I rectify that shortcomings? That all things you can find out when you are getting all these things here, understanding the shortcomings. And of course, in this paper, you can see a good number of future research uh, things is given. So, of course, you can go on implementing those future research things by using the simulation tool and the data set what they are providing for you. Okay, so right, going back to the paper here, then after that here you just go through here, you are having the data set results which shows that it's ACR log and ACR adjusted log data set details, total tasks, how many events, resources, that all they had prepared from that existing data sets. And then the results they are showing here in the result simulation section. Yeah, they had shown here accuracy evaluation results here, ACR for that one. So now here you can see the baseline is this one, and these are the two new proposals, G1, L1, what they are using here. So of course you can see that the G1 has performed better, 8204 in the THD criteria, evaluation criteria. For LMAE criteria, this L1 has performed better. Okay, so you can see some value should get reduced, so they are getting reduced, and some value should increase, and they are increasing, of course. So you need to understand the criterias, what are the meanings of this criterias. Pursuing, so you can go forward. So in the same way here you can see the charts which are showing you which is better. Okay, of course, the proposed things is better, the threats to validate. And lastly, for the conclusion, here you can see this what are the main in future work we plan to further investigate. Here you can see approaches taken into account, these all things here. So now they have not used batching, they want to have the batching. Task prioritization is one of the future work. Fatigue effect of the resources, when the resources goes on working they will become slow, how can they handle, these are the future works. And of course, don't forget to go through the others, they will be a motivation for you if you are a good research fellow. Okay, and don't forget to leave their email IDs also. Just take an email ID, whatever you get doubt here, just ping to them here. They are going to give you some details. On one day or other day, they are going to open up, feeling that there's a needy person who is searching for some good resource. What's there wrong in helping him? So like that you can go here. So the main concept of this article is how to use constraints, time constraints, and how to have the multitasking things involved in the business process model for efficient result generation. That's what the article about here. Okay, so um, now that's it here. So one more simple thing here, that if you feel like subscribing, you just go and subscribe and like the video. Still, if you are still watching till this point, you are here really an interested person. Definitely you need for going for subscription. Thanks for watching.